We are back again. Let's talk about state migration. State migration rules. The state migration will be available in your state when it reaches a certain amount of progress. So here it says states with similar progress will be grouped into the same migration group. So this means survivors can only migrate in your state group. For example, a 1 to 8 state range. So my state is 24, and my state range is 17 to 24. I can only migrate to my server range. Migration requires migration passes. The number of passes needed depends on the survivor's combat power, so this means the higher your combat power, the more migration passes you need to migrate to a different state. Identify and migration slots. Survivors will be classified based on their combat power. The combat power only includes structure combat power, research combat power, APC combat power, and heroes combat power, so units doesn't count. Each state has a limited number of migration slots. The higher the identity tier, the fewer slots are available for that tier. So this means the strong ones have a limited state that they can migrate. They can't migrate to a strong state, especially the president of your state or the #1 player to your state can't migrate to a different state. In short, if you're one of the low tier, there's a lot of state option for you to migrate. And if you're one of the high tier or strongest to your state, your migration option will be limited. Event phases. Preparation phase. Survivors can check the following details in this phase. Their current identity tier. This is the one that identifies your tier based on your combat power. And the next one will identify your migration pass needed to migrate to a different state. And when your tier is identified, it will show you a list of states that you can go and migrate to. Invitation phase. The president can send migration invitations to survivors in other states. Survivors receiving invitations must meet the migration requirements in order to move over. In short, another state can invite you to migrate, and you need to meet the requirements in order to join that state. Free migration phase. Survivors with regular tier may migrate freely to states that still have open slots. No invitations are required, so if you have a regular tier, you can migrate freely to any state. And if you're a medium, advanced, or elite tier, you need an invitation to proceed to that state. How to obtain migration passes. System gift. When the event first opens in your state, the system will grant a certain number of migration passes, so there will be a free claimable migration pass next week. Alliance shop. Migration passes can be purchased in the Alliance shop. You can use Alliance coins to exchange for them. Make sure to save your Alliance coins until weekend. Pack shop. More migration passes can be obtained by purchasing select packs. And lastly, Dark War wanted you to reach out to presidents to other states. Message the president to your desired state during the preparation phase so they can invite you to your desired state. And here's the recent update. State migration will be launching soon. In state 17 to 40, everyone is complaining why state 1 to state 16 doesn't have migration. I don't even know why. Let's wait for the game developers for further announcements. Note, as I said earlier on the video, you can only migrate to your state migration group based on overall strength. Strong states will have a reduced number of available immigration slots. Elite tier survivors will not be able to migrate into strong states, so there's no chance for an elite tier or, let's say, the pay-to-win players to migrate to a strong states. And this is it for today's video. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for watching, and to God be the glory.